This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What can you say? The Red Sox, they simply are now inventing ways, coming up with new ways to lose each and every game in this recent skid that has now reached 5 straight losses overall, 6 straight losses on the road, 7th time this season they've been walked off on the road, 4 games under 500. Bleak? Yes. Can it get bleaker? Yeah, I do think it can. We do welcome you to our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and storyteller. As a kid of the 1980s, watched some Red Sox games on a small black and white TV. Former big league pitcher Scott McGregor used to tell me when we rode the bus with the Aberdeen Ironbirds way back in 2008 that I had more useless information than anyone he'd ever crossed paths with. And today, still to this day, I take that as a compliment. We are providing reaction. The reaction right now is not positive to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcast. And our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we talk about the defense, we talk about the pitching, we talk about the lack of hitting, and we talk about Ceddanne Rafaela having a great day. But of course, Ceddanne Rafaela also does something that just makes you want to wonder, what in this world are these guys thinking of? Because as they said in Bull Durham, it's certainly not on fundamental baseball. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Remember, misery loves company. Join the conversation. Watching live with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, hit that comment button. Join the Sox conversation. We view that as an alternative to wanting to punch a wall or put your head through a wall right now. Also, we can continue the Sox conversation and the baseball conversation on the X, formerly known as Twitter. You can hit me on the X at Lennox on Baseball. We do thank you for making the Locked On Red Sox postcast your first listen every day, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. So the Red Sox get a run on the top of the 10th inning. And just like on Tuesday, you just knew one run wasn't going to be enough. 1 run total in the loss. And the walk-off loss in extra innings as Christian Yelich hit a grand slam. And the positive you took from Tuesday was, hey, at least it wasn't another 1-run loss. Well, they got 1 run on the top of the 10th inning, and you just didn't think that was going to be able to hold. And Justin Slaten, hey, that bottom of the 10th inning gives you a real idea as to where Red Sox hitters are right now and where Milwaukee hitters are right now. Because even though David Hamilton got the runner in from third with 2 strikes in the top of the 10th inning, Milwaukee hitters just battle. Something the Red Sox hitters don't do. They get down on 2 strikes, guess what? Called strike 3, swinging strike 3 at a pitch out of the zone. That trend just continues for Red Sox batters, and it's driving us all crazy.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Slaten gives up an infield base hit to Sam Frelick, late to cover the bag at first base. That's not good. And you've got a first baseman there that's inexperienced and probably should go to the bag. And Campbell, the second baseman, should come in and just have a soft toss. Now you've got a runner at third and 1 down. Instead, first and third, nobody out. Collins, bouncing ball to second. Campbell comes home. Not overly aggressive, taking the ball, let the ball kind of can't come to him. As soon as he threw that ball, you knew it was going away. To the right of the catcher, Narvaez goes to the backstop. Tie ball game. And then they get the sacrifice fly. Winning run at third, sac fly, ball game over. And you just kind of knew in the top of the 10th inning when they got just the 1 run that it was not going to be enough. Hamilton, almost, pretty much picked off the bag at first, got lucky, makes it to second base on a stolen base. But Narvaez strikes out looking, Rafaela strikes out looking, nothing doing. Milwaukee, effective in the bullpen the entire series. The Red Sox, effective. Dobbins in relief of Bello. And again, Bello might be upset that he couldn't go 5 and qualify for the victory. I said it before. Don't care. Bottom of the 5th inning, don't give up the leadoff walk. You gave up leadoff home run to Bauers in the 3rd inning on a cutter, and then you walk Bauers to start things off in the 5th. Alex Cora came out, said, you know what? You're out. We're going to the bullpen. Bernardino for Yelich made sense. Bernardino left the runner at third base. And Lou Merloni, first NESN reference, says, hey, I'm surprised he pulled him. You can ask the question, how does a guy like Bello right now build confidence in himself if his manager doesn't have the confidence in him to get that final out in the fifth inning? He's a big league starting pitcher. Analytics. Hey, you're pulled. Under 80 pitches. It's okay. The bullpen's in great shape, right? No, it's not. Not really. I mean, you have Dobbins in this situation. Bernardino. Everyday Bernie. If that's not a nickname, you might want to put it on a T-shirt. They're wearing him out. Bello, 4 2/3. Fifth straight start. There's a number of the day where he doesn't get through 5 innings. And in this situation, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Because if you let him to pitch to Yelich and he gets a base hit, then we're all going to whine and cry about, well, he should have taken him out. He's taken him out before in that situation, take him out again. And Bello again reacted. I want to get the final out. Well, then don't walk the leadoff hitter in that situation. Go get him. Go get him. And you didn't. 3 for 13 runners in scoring position, 11 runners on base. You want to go through the lineup? No, you don't. Trevor Story had a base hit. Trevor Story had a base hit. Where did that come? That came in the 10th inning. Sogard, first and third. Again, Hamilton, 2 strikes down in the count. Rolled one over to second, beat it out. They get the force at second. The run scores, you're up a run. But, as we've heard before, visiting team, top of the 10th inning, you want to get 2 runs. You want to get 2 runs. Slaten could not make that run stand up in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Let's go to the 4th inning because Ceddanne Rafaela, first time in 88 at-bats, hits a home run. And he gets him on the board. Rafaela, the homer. That in the 2nd inning, 1-0 lead. Then in the 4th inning, Rafaela, a single. After Hamilton struck out, Wong a base hit. Nobody was on base or in scoring position, so Connor Wong comes through. Rafaela base hit. Duran a single. Duran a base hit to right field. Wong gets the stop sign from Kyle Hudson at third. Rafaela races around second. You know why you know he didn't have his head up? Because he slid into third base right pretty much at the feet of Connor Wong. And then realizing, oh, I made a mistake. Folks, I'm here to tell you and tell you straight. This happens with Meyer. This happens with Roman Anthony coming up from the minors here in the next day or 2 or 5 or 10 or 14. You can live with that a little bit. Ceddanne Rafaela has been around enough. And these guys don't have baseball instincts the way they used to. But shame on him in that situation. Can't happen. Bases loaded. Bases loaded in that situation. And you're thinking to yourself, why right now are they pitching to Rafi Devers, who comes through with a 2-out, 2-run single? Devers, second time in his career, 30 RBIs in a month, having a great month. 31 runs batted in, 34 knocked in the month of July in 2019. There's another number of the day for you. But instead of bases loaded, and again, I don't know why they pitched to him there. They decided to pitch to him there. Rafi comes through. He's now at 50 runs batted in total on the season. That's the wrap. And it's just not looking good right now. It really isn't. Not in any way, shape, or form. Let's hit your comments. Who's leading us off? Dan. Dan's checking in. 5 runners left on base in the first 2 innings. You had Willie. You had their starter on the ropes. You really did. Peralta ended up going 5 through 108 pitches. But sometimes I feel like I'm echoing Lou Merloni. Other times, I've said it before. You're starting, Savali. You let him go an extra inning. Peralta had 57 pitches through the first 2. Did they baby him? No. You went over 100 pitches. Did he have his best stuff? No. And the Red Sox had decent approaches early on. But as Dan said, you leave 5 runners on base in the first 2 innings. And Wilyer Abreu, sometimes has some difficulty, in case you haven't noticed, with catching up with a fastball. But in that first inning, first and second, Abreu strikes out on a changeup. Meyer strikes out. Sogard walks. Story a pop-up. You just knew Story was going to get a first inning at bat with the bases loaded, right? Left 3 runners on base. They leave 2 runners on base in the second. Peralta threw 27 pitches in the first inning, 30 more in the second. 57 pitches total. Don't you think in those first 2 innings you could have gotten more? Maybe, somehow, some way. Didn't happen. And then in that third, that's sort of what I've been talking about, and it's what Lou Merloni was referencing as well. 57 pitches through the first 2. And you don't get into the bullpen in the fourth inning. Instead, he goes a full 5. Because in the third, Meyer, first pitch, ground out to first. Sogard, 3 pitches, fly out. And Story, a veteran up there, swung first pitch. He ended up striking out for the final out as they went 1, 2, 3 in the top of the third inning. 13 pitches total. I don't really have a lot of positives here. These things continue to happen. They're going to continue to happen. Are you expecting a move on Thursday? You can. I don't know if it's going to happen. If you're going to bed on this Wednesday night, putting your head to the pillow, thinking that something's going to happen on Thursday with the off day, this is a scheduled off day. This isn't a much-deserved off day. It might be a much-needed off day. Maybe there's batting practice at Truist Park in Atlanta for the Red Sox on Thursday during their off day. I doubt it. Maybe there's infield practice Thursday on the scheduled off day at Truist Park for the Boston Red Sox on Thursday. I doubt it. That's not happening. The Players Association would be in an uproar on that one. Ethan, I am dead inside. No, you're not, Ethan. You're not. Here's a cyber hug for you right now. Little fist bump for you. Adam, 11 runners on base, left on base, 13 strikeouts. Hitting philosophy has to change. Well, it has to change in the minor leagues. It has to be an organizational philosophy. It really does. Positive? Hey, Trevor Story got a bunt down. I don't think that. I really don't, and somebody can prove me wrong. I think Story had that sacrifice bunt all on his own, knowing the situation. I don't know that was called by Alex Cora in the dugout. Caleb, gather around for our daily therapy session. Yeah, Caleb, that's what we've become. And I'm on record saying, you know what? We're here. I'll suffer through this. You want to take a couple of days off this weekend with the series in Atlanta? Go right ahead. I'll be here for you after the game is over with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. That follows Friday's opener against the Atlanta Braves at Truist Park. You can't expect anything different right now. And even if they make a move, make multiple moves on Thursday, not going to turn around all that quick. You've got guys you've got guys moving around. You've got Campbell. Well, now I got to go play first base. Might play first base in Atlanta this weekend. Good luck with that. You've already, I think it was Casey Stengel. And by the way, in that first inning of bat, I sent a tweet out. I'm funny on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, now on X. Casey Stengel would have considered pinch hitting Trevor Story in the first inning when he came to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 down. Might have done that. And I believe it was Casey Stengel who said, if you have 3 or 4 or 4 or 5 first basemen, you don't really have a first baseman. The Red Sox don't have a first baseman. Frelick reaching in the bottom of the 10th inning, first and third, nobody out. Sogard has to go to the bag. Campbell has to make the play. Campbell, fast runner, and Sam Frelick. And I know Sam Frelick played at Boston College, and so do you, and he's a Massachusetts native. You know that as well as I do. But I don't want to see Sam Frelick again. I see him in my nightmares right now. This series is over. You don't play Milwaukee again. But Milwaukee hitters go up there with a plan. They battle. They fight off tough pitches with 2 strikes. All those things you want the Red Sox batters to do, it's not going to change overnight. Ceddanne Rafaela is making strides, but when you go first to third on a base hit to right field and the runner in front of you stops at third base, you can't slide in into his feet, then get caught off the bag, and you're out. Not with Rafi Devers coming up. 2 runs in the inning, could have been a lot more. Can't happen. Ethan, who's dead inside, almost halfway there to 10 under. Yeah, have not won without Alex Bregman out of the lineup. More of your comments, some numbers of the night. None of them are pretty as we continue. Locked On Red Sox postcast. Yeah, it's not a play. Hey, misery loves company. It's a therapy session. It's a place to come. And you know what? When it does turn around, who the heck knows when that's going to happen? We're going to enjoy it because we've enjoyed that. We have just lived in this misery right now, and we're going to be deserving of a turnaround for the Red Sox. When it comes, I have no idea. But I don't even want to think about next offseason. I don't even want to think about the positive spin that the Red Sox put on spring training 2026. We are so far removed from that right now. Right now, it's just, where is rock bottom? Because I don't think we can see it yet. And our Locked On Red Sox postcast. Red Sox swept in Detroit and now swept in Milwaukee. 5 straight losses. Season high 5 straight losses. 6 straight losses on the road. Hey, we are presented by Monarch Money. Ever check your bank account and wonder, hey, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, entertainment. I've been there. I've been there plenty of times. It is easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money is not just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all of your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So you stop just managing your money and you start building on your financial wealth. When you start using Monarch Money, you may soon realize just how much money you are spending on food delivery. With that, you can budget smarter and save more. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch Money to check on your finances, track spending, and even plan on your long-term goals. Managing money with your partner is smoother than ever. You can track both shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without all the stress. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off on your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for half off on your first year. Red Sox have now been walked off, well, way too many times on the season. Walked off twice in this series, walked off twice when they were swept to Detroit a few weeks ago. And it just continues. It just continues. Red Sox starting pitchers with 1 victory now over the last 16 games. Red Sox starting pitchers have now gone 11 straight games without a winning decision. Last 6 games. I'm going to get myself in trouble here. Why not? 3 for 13 runners in scoring position. So now, over the last 6 games, 7 for 56 with runners in scoring position. 38 runners left on base. Make it 49 runners left on base over the last 6 games. 4 under 500 for the first time this season. That's not good. That's not going in the right direction. And now 4-6 in extra inning games and 0-5 on the road. Tired of watching the Tigers and the Brewers celebrate in walk-off fashion against Red Sox relievers. It's happened way too many times. Way too many times. You're walked off twice. Your starting pitchers haven't won a game in forever. Any of these numbers resonating with the front office? Hey, the win and the loss for our starting pitcher, that doesn't mean a lot these days. Okay, but how about some of these other things that are just every single day? Every day right now for this team. Just brutal. Brutal right now. Hey, they played errorless baseball. Well, they didn't on Wednesday, and when it rains and pours for errors, Wilyer Abreu, E9. Jarren Duran, E7. Christian Campbell, E4. This really wasn't a pretty series on either side. But Milwaukee wins 3 in a row. And I was saying that this is sort of these two teams mirror each other. Not right now, they don't. Not right now, they don't. Not at all. Luis, this is embarrassing. It kind of sort of is. Yes, indeed. Ethan, just young players and experience getting exposed today. Yeah, but you know what? Again, they should be able to come to the big leagues and have an idea as to what they're doing. They really should. Adam Bomb, the slow descent into madness for us fans. Adam, is it slow anymore? Because it seems to be picking up some pace, picking up some speed to it, like that snowball going down the hill, just getting bigger, bigger, and faster and faster. Time to make some trades from Caleb. I suppose anything. Steven, I said exactly what you said when he pulled him. Don't walk the leadoff hitter. You want to have that attitude. Don't walk the leadoff hitter. Be better. Yvonne, I've been a Red Sox fan for 40 plus years. Sorry, Breslow is weasel. Core is clueless. Story needs to be DFA'd. Ceddanne needs to go down to AAA. Hamilton, I don't like that word. Nuke the rotation in Penn and hope Breg opts in. Fair enough on some of those points. Game number 1 of a 3-game series with the Atlanta Braves on Friday in Atlanta. Remember, the Braves have already taken 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox at Fenway on the last homestand. Bello 4 2/3, 2 runs, 1 earned. Bernardino got the 1 out in the 5th inning. Dobbins 3 innings, 2 earned runs allowed. Well, it's his first relief outing. Yeah, but be better. Chapman, scoreless inning, strikeout. Slaten the loss. Slaten is now 1-4. Giolito, Grand Holmes, series opener, Friday in Atlanta. We'll see where that goes. Michael, this is like the Tiger series. All the heartbreaking losses. Swagoo, so sad. Michael, take 2 out of 3 of it from Atlanta, sweep Anaheim, and then take on the Yankees. Yeah, it's going to be the first round. Just a dude checking in. Groundhog Day. It seems like it. Definition of insanity, expecting something different with what you're putting out there right now. Hey, we're going to be on with you Friday within minutes of the last out as the Red Sox try to get back in the win column and try to get back into going in the right direction. So, first game of a 3-game series against Atlanta on Friday. Hey, the Braves have some warts. Go and take 2 out of 3. You want a positive? They're not going to face Chris Sale. Locked on Red Sox, number 1 place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked on Sports, your team, your Red Sox. Yeah, you know it. Win or lose, right here. Locked on.